going to take you on a walkthrough of this Easter's changes to the garden railway layout. You'll have seen the video perhaps of the step, and at the time I did consider removing this kinky bit of track, but now it's levelled. Nothing seems to be having much trouble with that. As you can see, it's a mix of makes. That one there is probably Bachmann, could be Pico, this is LGB. So I've got Bachmann, Pico and LGB track. The main thing that I've been doing along here is pulling apart all the joints. Hold on. So I used that crappy cheap, that's a technical term, Dremel type tool, and what you can see possibly there is scratch marks to clean up the rail, clean up the bearing surfaces of the fish plates, which are just the inside edges of the spring. I think it makes contact in several points. Closed up the fish plates with pliers so they actually gripped, and pushed all back together again with some copper slip, which is copper loaded grease. And so I've done that on lots and lots of joints. You can see a similar treatment just about there. Anyway, that's that. This is as much as it was before. I now realise I've got to do some major work here, because now I've got the run of the curve in such a way that I've been able to insert a point here, a crossing here, into the existing track work, but the curve is coming over this way a bit more, and as you can see it's unsupported there. My plan is to just get the crowbar and prise the stonework out so that cantilever's over. That was a running line in the siding, and now the slightly different colour green is new second-hand track. Some of it is unused track. There is a double section brake bit, and I've got a piece of wire in there just dangling down and the ends twisted together. It provides me an opportunity to have power feed, but also the opportunity to do fault finding, in that I can break this here, I can then break the circuit at the bridge at the other side, and so I've halved the direction that the current flows, and I can identify where we've got poor connections. Look at this, even after all my hard work trimming at the end of track, I've got a piece there with a gap at that side. It's not a serious gap. This is just to stop the bird muck a little bit, because I'm beginning to pack up. So, new woodwork, a new post in there, new woodwork through the trees, so it's double track. Again, you can see the sort of state of the track, and then 4 points in order to make that passing loop thing, station passing. Just got a bit more woodwork to do at the front here, and I've just hacksawed through the track here. I'm not going to buy an insulating fish plate. When I've opened that up wide enough, I'm going to pot that with some epoxy resin, probably in a few minutes. Push some insulating material down there, bit of epoxy resin or other adhesive, and that will hold the track in alignment. So there we have it, the 4 tracks. And what? Coming round here. The way I've done this is radius 5, radius 3, a radius 3 cutting 2, straight piece, radius 3 cutting 2, a radius 3, a radius 5, and when I added up the degrees, it didn't come to 90 degrees, but it just about works. At that far end, at one point I did bend the radius 5 to either increase or decrease its curvature a little, which works. And now we have the two bridges. And what I will do when I've lifted the bridges, which I'm about to do now, is just show you how that goes. And the only other little thing is I've used an old Teflon chopping board, cut some pieces out, and have been hacking away at it with a coping saw in order to make some insulating rail joiners. And there is a little sliver of plastic down between those rails to hold them apart. I'll see how that goes. It's Teflon, so adhesive will not attach itself to that plastic. But there we go. I've walked right the way around the track. So that's second lift out bridge. As you can see, there's some carving being done to the end of the plank support. And if I just slide that up to there, then drop that down there, drops into place, making a level track bed. And that carving of the wood is a nice tight fit into that U section on the underside of the bridge. So it holds everything really nicely. I just need to get some of those drop-in fish plates before I fix any of the track. I can open it up because of course the track will still move a bit, and it does move, but I need to fix the track to stop it opening, and therefore I need those drop-in fish plates. Not quite drop-in, but these are the rail connectors, which have a shape on one side and two screws on the other. I realised I didn't need 4 of them, because if I have 2 fish plates on the end here, I can push the rail into here without disturbing this side, and then it doesn't just drop in, it clicks in. And there's just enough leeway in terms of that springing in and the other rail springing out for them to click in underneath that. And it seems to be held firmly enough. So that's solved removing the rail that runs over the bridge once I've fixed the track work down.